Do your feet feel heavy by the end of the day? Like every step is a struggle, like you're walking with sandbags tied to your ankles. For many older adults, swollen feet become part of daily life. It starts with a bit of puffiness. Then gradually, climbing stairs feels harder, shoes feel tighter, and walking across the room feels exhausting. And the worst part, most people have no idea what's really causing it. Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Peterson. For over 40 years, I've helped seniors regain their mobility, reduce pain, and improve circulation without relying on harsh medications or complicated procedures. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Leg swelling after 60 isn't always about heart, kidney, or liver failure. In fact, more often than not, it's a simple issue at the cellular level, one that you can fix naturally once you understand what's happening inside your body. You see, your legs aren't just swelling from the outside, they're retaining water from the inside, and your cells have tiny pumps that are supposed to keep fluid in balance. When those pumps fail due to just a few missing nutrients, fluid builds up in the wrong places. The good news: there's a clear and simple path forward. In today's video, we'll uncover why your cellular pumps stop working and how 2 key minerals help reactivate them. 4 early warning signs your legs give you when vital nutrients are missing. The real reason sugar quietly worsens leg swelling and what to do about it. The 3 essential nutrients that restore circulation and strength, plus the best foods to get them. And finally, a simple daily plan and expert tips to help you feel lighter, stronger, and more confident on your feet. If you're ready to take control of your leg health, go ahead and subscribe to boost senior health and turn on notifications, because strong, steady legs after 60 aren't just possible, they're your right. Let's dive in. When we think about swelling in the legs, most people picture something external fluid collecting in the ankles, feet puffing up like balloons, or shoes feeling tighter than usual. But what most seniors don't realize is that this problem doesn't begin in your shoes. It begins in your cells. Inside every cell in your body are microscopic pumps, billions of them working around the clock. Their job: to push sodium out and bring potassium in. This action helps your cells regulate how much fluid they hold. These pumps are known as sodium-potassium pumps. And when they're working properly, your body feels balanced, energized, and light. But after 13, something starts to shift. These tiny pumps become less efficient. Why? Often, it's because your body begins to run low on key nutrients, especially potassium and magnesium. Without enough of these minerals, the pumps can't function well. Imagine trying to inflate a balloon with a broken air pump. It just doesn't work. Instead of keeping water inside the cells where it belongs, your body starts retaining fluid outside the cells. That's when swelling shows up. Ankles get puffy, socks leave deep imprints, and stairs feel harder than they used to. But this breakdown isn't just about water retention. When the sodium-potassium pump fails, it throws off your entire electrolyte balance. This can lead to fatigue, muscle weakness, brain fog, and even dizziness. And many seniors go months or even years feeling off without knowing why. Now here's where it gets even more important. Your cells don't just need potassium and magnesium to run the pump. They need them consistently. Every single day. These aren't nice to have nutrients. They're essential. Yet most seniors are unknowingly deficient, either because of age-related absorption issues or because their diet just doesn't provide enough. And the worst part, this deficiency doesn't usually scream, it whispers. It shows up slowly, as tired legs, tight shoes, afternoon fatigue, cramping at night, and over time, these little warnings can grow into major circulation issues, chronic inflammation, and reduced mobility. But the good news is this. You can restore those pumps, you can bring balance back to your cells, and you can feel lighter if you start giving your body the nutrients it's been asking for. In the next section, we'll look at how your body sends early warning signs that something's wrong and how to recognize them before the problem gets worse. What your legs are trying to tell you. Most people wait until the swelling becomes obvious before taking action. But your body rarely goes silent. It speaks. It whispers. It nudges. The trouble is, we often don't know how to listen, especially when it comes to our legs. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to nutritional shifts. Even a minor dip in certain vitamins or minerals can trigger noticeable changes, but they start small. They're not always dramatic, but they're meaningful. And the sooner you recognize them, the faster you can intervene before real damage sets in. So what are the silent red flags your legs might be waving? Let's start with one of the most common. Sign number 1. Persistent leg fatigue. If your legs feel tired even after light activity like walking across the room or standing for a few minutes, it might not just be age. It could be early-stage electrolyte imbalance. When your cells can't regulate fluid properly, muscles don't get the energy they need. What feels like just aging could actually be a signal that your potassium or magnesium is running low. Sign number 2. Nighttime leg cramps. Waking up to a painful spasm in your calf isn't just a nuisance, it's a biochemical SOS. These cramps often stem from deficiencies in magnesium, potassium, or vitamin B, all of which play key roles in nerve and muscle function. Seniors who don't get enough of these nutrients tend to cramp more, especially at night when hydration and circulation dip. Sign number 3. Numbness or tingling in the feet. If your feet feel like they're buzzing, cold, or asleep too often, it might be more than just poor posture or pressure. These sensations can signal a condition called peripheral neuropathy, a nerve disorder often linked to vitamin B1 deficiency. And it doesn't just affect sensation, it can also impair balance and increase fall risk. Sign number 4. Swelling that gets worse throughout the day. You might wake up with normal-looking feet, but by evening, they feel tight and look swollen. This progressive swelling often indicates that your body's fluid regulation system isn't working efficiently. It's like a plumbing system backing up slowly, and by the time it's obvious, the imbalance has been building all day. What's tricky is that many seniors experience 2 or more of these symptoms at once, but chalk it up to getting older. The truth: these aren't random annoyances. They're your body asking for help. Here's the hopeful part. When you begin restoring your nutrient levels, many of these symptoms improve often within weeks. But it takes awareness, consistency, and the right foods. In just a moment, we'll dive into one of the most overlooked culprits behind this entire problem: sugar. Because believe it or not, that innocent treat might be quietly making everything worse. The sugar trap. How sweets make your feet swell. It's easy to blame swelling on salt. And yes, too much sodium can lead to fluid retention. But what if the real trigger was something else, entirely something sweet? Sugar may not taste salty, but it plays a surprising role in swelling, especially in your lower legs. And for older adults, this silent sabotage often goes unnoticed for years. Here's how it works. When you eat sugar, whether it's from cookies, white bread, soda, or even sweet fruit juices, your blood glucose level rises. In response, your body releases insulin to help transport that sugar into your cells. But insulin doesn't just handle sugar. It also tells your kidneys to hold on to sodium. And when sodium levels go up, so does water retention. So that innocent cookie, it could lead to puffier feet by evening. But it gets worse. Sugar molecules in your bloodstream also bind to proteins, a process called glycation. This damages red blood cells and blood vessel linings, reducing circulation and oxygen delivery, especially to your feet. Over time, this can contribute to numbness, poor healing, and worsening neuropathy. And then there's inflammation. High sugar diets trigger chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout the body. You might not feel it directly, but you'll notice its effects. Joints become stiff, muscles ash, swelling increases, and your immune system gets stuck in a cycle of overreaction and repair, wearing you down. This combination fluid retention, poor circulation, and inflammation is what makes sugar so dangerous. It doesn't just cause swelling. It creates a perfect storm for long-term damage. And if you already have borderline blood pressure, diabetes, or kidney strain, sugar throws gasoline on the fire. So what can you do? Start small. The goal isn't to eliminate every sweet bite, but to cut out the most harmful sources: refined carbs like white bread and pastries, sugary drinks, including fruit-flavored vitamin waters, hidden sugars in electrolyte powders, or healthy snacks. Instead, focus on whole, unprocessed foods. When you reduce sugar, you don't just shrink swelling. You restore balance across your entire body, from hormones and blood vessels to your nervous system and muscles. In the next section, we'll talk about your first essential nutrient for restoring that balance and why it's so hard to get enough of it through diet alone. Nutrient point 1. Potassium, the fluid balancer. So now that we've seen how sugar quietly throws your body out of balance, it's time to talk about the nutrients that restore it. Starting with one of the most powerful, yet underappreciated: potassium. Potassium is often overlooked in conversations about health. You hear about calcium for bones, magnesium for sleep, or vitamin D for immunity. But potassium, it's the unsung hero of fluid control, especially in your legs. Here's why it matters so much. Remember the sodium-potassium pumps we talked about earlier. Those cellular machines rely on a steady supply of potassium to push sodium out of your cells and maintain healthy hydration. Without enough potassium, the pump stalls. Sodium builds up, water gets trapped outside the cell, and swelling sets in. But here's the catch. Your body needs a lot of potassium, far more than most people realize. The recommended daily intake is around 700 milligram. To put that in perspective, a single banana only provides about 300 milligram. You'd need to eat 15 bananas a day just to meet your needs. That's obviously unrealistic and way too much sugar. Fortunately, there are better options. Let's look at some potassium-rich foods that are low in sugar and easy to include in your daily meals. Avocados. One medium avocado gives you nearly 975 milligram of potassium. Plus, they're great for heart health and are low in sugar. Spinach. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach has over 800 milligram, and it's easy to add into eggs, soups, or stir-fries. Sweet potatoes. One medium baked sweet potato has about 540 milligram, along with fiber and anti-inflammatory compounds. Lentils. A cup of cooked lentils delivers 730 milligram, and they're an excellent source of protein and iron. 2. You can also try making blended smoothies with potassium-rich fruits and veggies, like strawberries, kale, or coconut water. Just avoid loading them with added sugars or fruit juices. Why does all of this matter so much for seniors? Because as we age, our ability to absorb and retain potassium decreases, especially if we're on medications like diuretics or blood pressure pills, which flush potassium out. Combine that with reduced appetite or dietary restrictions, and deficiency becomes incredibly common. But here's the good news. When you start boosting your potassium intake consistently, you often notice results within days. Swelling begins to subside. Energy returns. Muscle cramps ease. And that sense of heaviness in your legs starts to lift. Of course, potassium is just one part of the equation. In the next section, we'll explore another vital mineral that works hand in hand with potassium to restore balance, and it's one your body can't afford to run low on. Magnesium, nutrient 2. Magnesium, the anti-swell mineral. If potassium is the nutrient that powers your fluid pumps, magnesium is the one that keeps the engine running smoothly. It works quietly behind the scenes, but without it, nothing flows the way it should. And for seniors over 60, magnesium is often one of the most overlooked but most essential minerals for reducing swelling, cramping, and fatigue. So how does it work? Magnesium supports over 300 biochemical processes in your body, including nerve conduction, muscle relaxation, and energy production. But when it comes to swollen legs, its most important job is helping the sodium-potassium pump function properly. You see, even if your body has enough potassium, that potassium still needs help getting in and out of the cell. That's where magnesium comes in. It acts like a key that unlocks the pump, allowing the proper exchange of sodium and potassium. Without magnesium, the whole system starts to slow and eventually break down. And here's the challenge. Many seniors are unknowingly magnesium deficient. Why? Because magnesium is easily depleted by stress, caffeine, alcohol, certain medications like PPIs or diuretics, and even chronic inflammation. Add in low intake from processed foods, and it's a recipe for deficiency. Signs of low magnesium can include muscle cramps, especially at night, irregular heartbeat, weakness or chronic fatigue, anxiety or restlessness, trouble sleeping. Now for the good news. Magnesium is easier to get than potassium. The recommended daily intake for seniors is about 420 mg per day, and you can hit that with just a few smart choices. Try adding these magnesium-rich foods to your meals. Almonds. 1 ounce, about 23 nuts, has 80 mg. Cashews. 1 ounce provides 75 mg. Pumpkin seeds. Just 2 tablespoons give you 150 mg. Black beans. 1 cup cooked has around 120 mg. Dark leafy greens like Swiss chard or spinach are also excellent sources. And if you're looking for a convenient boost, consider a high-quality electrolyte powder. Just make sure it doesn't contain added sugars or artificial sweeteners. What many people notice after just a week of increasing magnesium: fewer nighttime leg cramps, better sleep, reduced bloating and fluid retention, more stable energy throughout the day. Magnesium and potassium work best together, like two hands of the same system. When they're both present in your diet, your cellular pumps finally get the power and coordination they need. Next, we'll complete this trio by exploring one more critical vitamin, one that protects your circulation, balances blood sugar, and may prevent long-term nerve damage. Vitamine B8. Nutrient 3. Vitamin B1, the protector of circulation. We've covered potassium and magnesium, 2 essential minerals that regulate fluid balance and support your cellular pumps. But there's one more key player in this story: vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. And while it's often left out of the conversation, a deficiency in B1 can silently sabotage your legs, your circulation, and even your nerves. Let's break it down. Vitamin B1 plays a vital role in how your body converts carbohydrates into usable energy. That means every time you eat bread, rice, pasta, or sugar, your body needs B1 to break it down and use it properly. But here's the problem. When you eat a lot of refined carbs without enough B1, your body begins to burn through its reserves over time. This leads to a deficiency, and when B1 is low, your cells can't handle sugar efficiently. Blood sugar rises, glycation increases, circulation slows, In simple terms, your body becomes overwhelmed by the very fuel it's trying to use. But it gets more serious than that. Vitamin B1 also acts as an antioxidant that protects your nerves, especially the delicate ones in your feet and legs. A deficiency can lead to peripheral neuropathy, a condition that causes tingling, numbness, and burning sensations in the soles of the feet. For seniors, this is more than just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Neuropathy increases the risk of falls, foot ulcers, and infections. It can also mask symptoms of circulation problems until it's too late. So how do you get enough B1? Here are some of the best food sources. Pork. Just 3 ounces of lean pork provides up to 0.8 milligram of vitamin B1. Legumes, beans, lentils, and peas are all solid sources. Whole grains, brown rice, oats, and whole wheat bread retain much more B1 than their refined counterparts. Sunflower seeds. 1 ounce can provide around 0.4 milligram. The recommended daily intake is around 1 to 1.2 milligram. But many seniors don't reach that, especially if they eat low-carb or processed diets. In cases of noticeable fatigue, nerve symptoms, or poor circulation, a high-quality B1 supplement may be helpful. Look for forms like benfotiamine or thiamine hydrochloride, which are well absorbed by the body. When your body has enough B1, here's what starts to happen. Sugar is burned more efficiently as energy. Glycation slows down. Nerve signals become clearer. Circulation improves, especially to your feet. Think of vitamin B1 as the guardian of your blood flow. Without it, all the potassium and magnesium in the world won't be enough to keep your legs healthy. Up next, we'll shift gears from nutrients to real-life strategy with expert advice and a simple daily plan to make everything you've learned so far actually work in your day-to-day life. By now, you've learned the what and the why, but let's talk about the how. How do you actually turn all this knowledge about potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B1 into a realistic routine you can follow every day? According to Dr. Robert Peterson, here's what he recommends after working with thousands of older adults. Start small. Consistency matters more than perfection. You don't need a perfect diet. You need a repeatable one. So here's a sample daily plan. You can try simple, flexible, and proven to support better circulation and less leg swelling. Morning routine. A warm glass of water with a pinch of sea salt and a splash of lemon kickstarts hydration and minerals. Breakfast. 2 scrambled eggs with spinach and a slice of whole grain toast to rich in magnesium, B1, and fiber. Lunch. Grilled chicken or pork for vitamin B1. A side of lentils or black beans. Steamed sweet potatoes or a small avocado to potassium-packed and satisfying. Afternoon snack. A handful of almonds or cashews. Optional. A low-sugar electrolyte drink to keeps magnesium levels steady through the day. Dinner. Steamed vegetables like broccoli or Swiss chard. Brown rice or quinoa. Baked salmon or tofu to balanced. Anti-inflammatory and senior-friendly. Extra tips. Aim for at least 6-8 cups of water daily to support circulation. Avoid sugary snacks in the evening. If digestion or appetite is limited, consider a high-quality supplement with B1, magnesium, and potassium doctor-approved. The goal is not perfection. It's consistency. One good day won't fix everything, but a string of better days will absolutely transform how your legs feel. Up next, let's wrap this all up and I'll share one final message to keep you inspired. So now you know, leg swelling isn't just a cosmetic issue. It's your body's quiet way of asking for help, telling you that something's off inside. But here's the empowering truth. You're not stuck. You're not broken. And you're not alone. When you give your body the tools, it needs nutrients like potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B1. Your cells begin to come back to life. Pumps start working again. Circulation improves. And those heavy, swollen legs, they begin to feel lighter, stronger, and more stable. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. One meal at a time, one habit at a time, one small win at a time. So here's what I encourage you to do today. Rewatch any part of this video that resonated with you. Make one small change this week. Add spinach. Drink more water. Try a magnesium snack. Share this video with a loved one who needs it, and leave a comment below. Which symptom or tip helped you the most? Or, what health topic would you like us to cover in the next video? We read every single comment, and your suggestions help shape what we share next. This channel exists for you and because of you. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss future updates from Boost Senior Health. Take care of your body. Trust your intuition. And never underestimate what a small daily choice can do for your long-term strength. I'm Dr. Robert Peterson. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.